I do I want to go deeper into, I guess, the physical development. Cause like for me, when I think about like training people how to run, I'm always thinking about like me coaching you to run is probably the last thing. It's always like there's physical capacities that we're developing first. And then that's bleeding into what your technique ends up being. And really specifically in youth, like if you're taking, high school guys and you're developing those high school guys, like what are the things that you feel like are missing in the program, both physically or it could be mentally, it could be other things. But like, if you look at the common trend of how quarterbacks are training in high school, they're doing a lot of the flashy, sexy, cool, mechanics driven stuff, where I've seen you take a turn towards developing other pieces, physical qualities, nutrition, health, mental stuff. Maybe just dive into that for a little bit.
May I pause for a second and tell Dottie that I'm grabbing the kids, not her?
Yeah, no, go.
So I see a ton of really common denominators when it comes to the young. And let's just say, instead of an age like high school, let's just say like the first couple years of taking it serious. Because for some guys, I don't know. Chloe's in Ohio right now with a 5th grade client. Well, she flew to Ohio to spend 3 days with the 5th. So for some people, that's 5th grade. Some people, that's their junior year, right? But let's say the first couple years of taking it serious. I call it the developmental phase of your career. So for the first couple years, I see a lot of, let's start with like the misses, right? Going about it the wrong way. I see a lot of consistency there. One is making everything results based. Part of it's the kid, part of it's the parents. We won the championship and I threw for this many yards. Everything's going great. Don't need to change anything. I missed one. And what's wrong? Let me fix the result. Okay. So the result of the throw is a byproduct of what you did or didn't do. And so I see a lot of people that are results driven, focused on this. So they could do something that's super inefficient, but the ball spun and then they see the ball spin. And so they're going to do that. And then fast forward down the road, they got an elbow issue, a lat problem, this, that. They're not very good. They peaked in 8th grade because they've been results driven, chasing results. So that's an issue that I see. I mean, I can go for an hour on issues that I see. One of them's, nutrition. You think about going through puberty and all the things that are happening, and there's such few households that are experts on this thing that's happening with all of their kids. That's actually the thing that's going to affect like where this goes for them. Right. So they get the private coach, they go to a private school, they go here, they got the speed coach on Tuesday nights, and then they're going to get some extra work with the shooting coach afterwards, and whatever their sport is, whatever their discipline is. And then they go like Chick-fil-A line, and then they grab some cereal in the morning, and then they love Prime. But like, Mom, can I get a Sprite at dinner? Like, yeah, for sure, you can have a Sprite. Right. And so then all of a sudden we sit here and we're like, well, we just like whiffed on the whole thing that connects everything, that is the thread that ties it all together. And so that's probably the most consistent thing I see, because I've got kids I see kids who have great training and do it right and aren't results driven and all that stuff, and then still whiff on this. And so I think at the end of the day, the most consistent one I see is the like, what are they putting in their body? What are they not putting in their body? It goes both ways. Is that true for you too?
No, 100%. I mean, so our environment right now is about 400 to 600 kids a week, like from clubs and different teams and different things. And, one of the things that we notice, like when kids come to us, it's usually in the afternoon, usually after 4 o'clock. The first question we ask them is like, when's the last time you ate? And they're like 11 o'clock. And then what'd you eat? Oh, I had like a piece of pizza. What'd you eat for breakfast? I didn't eat breakfast. Then they won't eat until their practice is over and after they're done training, which is like 8 p.m. So if you think about like those 2 windows of like 11 a.m. is the only time they eat, and they don't eat till 8 p.m. They're coming to us with like bad energy, distracted, difficult to teach. And that's like in the masses. Now, obviously you'll get your like kids at the top levels that like their parents do get it and understand, but it's a massive gap because you can't develop and you can't adapt the way you want. And then you just think like, oh, well, I'm just not that good at sports. It's like, no, like the thing that you do more than anything else is eat and sleep. And if you don't dial those 2 things in, the other pieces won't fall, you know?
I think it's also one of the things you'll never stop learning about. It's like money.
Yes.
Like you'll never stop learning about it, right? Like I'm forming an S Corp as opposed to an LLC and understanding the tax implications. I'm 41 years old. That's money. I'm learning about that right now.
Yeah.
Right. Going through it with my financial advisor, all that stuff. So I equate like young athletes eating healthy to, let's use you as an example. Okay. You came from, let's say, humble beginnings. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you started training and all that stuff, did you have a bunch of money to start, or were you closer to a bunch of money or closer to nothing?
Closer to 0. Yeah.
Okay. Closer to 0. So now you're becoming more successful, right?
Yeah.
Making a lot more than you did then. 10 years from now, hopefully making a lot more then than you do now. So your ability to manage your funds and your understanding, because you had nothing and then you had $10 and then you had $100 and then you had $1,000, right? Because you didn't have it and then you got it over time and earned it. It's not that you're going to kill it and be it's not even that. I think you will, but like, it's not even that. It's just like, you have such a appreciation for the value of $1.
Yeah.
Because when you only had 9 of them, like, and now I got 18 and then now I've got 250,000, like, so you're versus somebody, whenever the point is when you didn't have it, that age, give them $1 million.
Yeah.
Give a senior in high school $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Terrifying.
This is why 87% or whatever of NFL players are broke within 5 years, because they all of a sudden had money. Poof, here's money. With
Right.
no context for $1 and no context for how to make the $1, right? And you didn't get it from endorsements or being famous. You got it from running a service business.
Hand-to-hand.
Put in time, get money for time, right? And so I think nutrition's the same way. Is if you to invest in your kid with the training and to throw a Jordan Palmer and run with Les Spellman and you know what I mean? And do all those things. And then hopefully down the road, figure out the nutritional piece. It's like, it's too late.
Yeah.
Or you're one of the groups of people that can transition as a pro athlete into somebody who eats healthy because you're so talented and everything went so well for you. But I just think like, this is the thing to start in the beginning, is to understand this.